My name is Khristopher Nicholas, and I am a PhD candidate in the Department of Nutrition. So the challenge that my research is trying to solve relates to understanding how our food environment, so how the options around where we live, shapes our diets and our health. This is an important question globally, important question locally, in North Carolina, in the US, everywhere, and in particular in the Galapagos. I want to understand how, first of all, the physical space around where we live, around where people live, shapes their diets and their health. So that's the food outlets, the restaurants that are near there, the foods that are stocked in these food outlets, and the prices that are there that are all subject to the food being transported from so far. And so how all of these factors work together to shape the options, the food options that people have. But then also we want to understand, how do people engage with this environment? How do they interact with the environment? Because it's not simply that our diets and our health are a function of the options around us. I think it's really important to understand why people make certain decisions in these environments. And in doing so and answering both of these questions, we'll hopefully be able to target future interventions to get at some of the root problems and improve diets and health. So this human and environmental component are really integral to the research that we're doing. In the Galapagos, we have a really unique opportunity to capture the food environment, to measure in a way that can't be done and hasn't really been done elsewhere. And this is because there is a finite space where people live. There's an island and a community on the coast, and there's not a town that's adjacent that food can be shipped into and from. There is not a whole lot of agriculture on the other side of the island that might source and supplement the existing food needs for this town. And so that's really important, because when we measure the food outlets, when we go into these markets and we measure what foods they have, the prices of these foods, the quality the food is in, we're really measuring, in a sense, the totality of the food environment in that community in a way that can really only be done in communities such as those in the Galapagos. So the Galapagos provides those really unique opportunities, and yet it has a lot of shared characteristics with a lot of other contexts globally. So we think of, I'm from the Caribbean, so a lot of similar contexts in the Caribbean, in Trinidad where I'm from, in Latin America, the Pacific Islands, South Asia. A lot of these challenges related to westernizing diets, eating more processed foods. So my hope is that what we learn about food environments, what we learn about how families engage with their food environments in the Galapagos, will ultimately be able to inform research and programs, interventions globally to target food insecurity and improve diets and health globally.